time to crack open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by JRR and Bud Light's Thursday Night Football will be out tomorrow evening. Once again, ahead of the Titans-Packers game, 6 to 8. We're headed to Kiwis in Altamont Springs, Taco.
Bud and Bud Light bucket specials. We have JRR and Bud Light prizes. Again, 6 to 8 tomorrow before Thursday Night Football at Kiwis in Altamont.
Bulldogs, so Alex Killorn gets it done with the overtime goal as the Lightning prevail 5-4 over Dallas. I knew you were going to come with that hot out of the gate this morning.
Actually, I was gonna start with a little college football this morning, but I'm glad to have that NHL Tampa Bay Lightning update. You need to start updating us on the Panthers as well.
How about the Blackhawks? Are they in the play yet?
Who's your team again?
The Blackhawks. And you know what? Yesterday I raked, and I didn't realize I had one of those big plastic rakes that I bought last leaf season.
Yeah.
Big wide ones.
It's a Blackhawk.
It's called a Blackhawk?
It's called Blackhawk. And I was like, I looked down and I go, it's meant to be. It's my favorite hockey team, my favorite rake.
Your Blackhawks are now standing at 6-3.
That's it.
All right.
There you have it. All right, here's your poll question of the day. At this stage of the season, who deserves to be the college football coach of the year in the state of Florida? Gus Malzahn, UCF, Mike Norvell, FSU, Billy Napier, Florida, and then I threw in Mario Miami as well. He deserves not to be coach of the year. But I think Napier, Norvell, and Gus, obviously, have done a good job. I'm voting Mike Norvell.
I'm with you on that.
I'm voting Mike Norvell here.
Agree.
Just because you guys are both doing that, you know what? Yeah.
You're on the Gus bus?
I'm going Gus bus just to be different, but yeah, I'm with you guys on the other one too.
Yeah,
Norvell.
Mike Norvell, Florida State 7-3. They'll be 8-3 when they beat Louisiana this week. They should be favored against Florida. That'll be 9-3 if they win a bowl game. They could have 10 wins this season.
Hey, how about UCF getting stuck with the 11 a.m. kickoff on Saturday?
Yeah, well, that's all TV right
ESPN,
there.
Baby.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't complain about getting that future $50 million TV check from ESPN.
Yeah, true.
Right? But 11 a.m., wow.
There's going to be a lot of Bloody Marys and mimosas drank, I'd say.
You know what Bobby Bowden once said when the TV boys asked him, "Hey, you're going to kick off at 2 p.m. and you're going to kick off at 2 o'clock," and Bobby goes, "A.m. or P.m.?"
Whatever you want, right?
Whatever you want me to kick off, I'll do it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, college football playoff. The latest rankings came out last night. Georgia remained number 1. After beating Mississippi State, Ohio State number 2 after routing Indiana, Michigan number 3. Those two teams remain on a collision course for their regular season finale in a couple weeks. And then TCU is number 4. Tennessee right on the outside looking in. They're number 5. LSU moves up to number 6 after knocking off Arkansas and clinching a spot in the SEC championship game. Here's a question for you.
You're going to ask if LSU can get in the playoff with 2 losses, right?
No, what I was going to ask you, if LSU does beat Georgia, does Georgia get in still?
Oh,
With 1 loss? They're the defending champs.
Do they both get in?
Yeah, would they?
Right.
Would they both get in, or would Georgia even still get in ahead of LSU?
The committee has shown their favoritism towards the SEC and not hesitating to put 2 teams in.
Well, it's going to be interesting because you would put in a 2-loss LSU team over, like, say, the Michigan Ohio State loser has 1 loss.
This is where I'm glad I don't have to.
USC could finish with 1 loss and win the Pac-12? I don't know.
Yeah, all of this is more fuel for the fire to hurry up and get the 12-team deal in place. So this just is out of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, by the way, Florida State moves past UCF in the latest college football rankings. Florida State number 19, UCF number 20. The tragic story in college football continues 2 days after, or actually now 3 days after, 3 University of Virginia football players were shot and killed by a former member of the team. on that field trip on the bus a few days ago. Now Virginia's thinking about not playing their last 2 games of the season.
I was going to ask you, do you think they have Coastal Carolina at home scheduled for this weekend? What's the move here? Do you think the players would opt to want to go out and play in honor of their fallen teammates, or just too devastated to even consider it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they're feeling. Obviously, Virginia has to make that decision. But if it were me, I would think that the players would want to sort of
vent by getting on the field.
Well, not vent, but just be in a structured environment, return to normalcy. I mean, if you cancel the rest of the season, the players are just out there, on their own for a few weeks. I would think they'd want to be around their teammates.
This is their college career, like you put so much into college, and then to have, I think they play the games. What do you guys think about the hazing accusations?
Against the shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a gun. Didn't he have a gun violation as well in the past? Some sort of concealed weapon violation. Again, this is an ugly situation. I mean, you see some of these stories, and the shooter, I guess when he was shooting, the guys said that they were bullying him. Yeah. So again, sad situation, tragic situation.
Pat, you think they play it out?
I would want to play.
Yeah,
I think I would want to play if I was one of the players. I can't imagine ever. I can't even imagine going through that and trying to emotionally deal with it. But if football is what you do, that is, as Bulldog said, that's your outlet, that's your release, that's your getaway.
Or maybe they could not. Maybe they don't want to play this week because it's so soon, Coastal Carolina, and then they've got Virginia Tech at the end of the season. Maybe they could not play this week and then play rival Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, no stranger to gun violence on campus.
Absolutely.
Magic home tonight, Bulldog.
Magic home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hopefully they can shake off that horrible loss against the Charlotte Hornets 2 nights ago. So, but XFL had their draft yesterday. Are you guys excited that former Florida State quarterback DeAndre Francois from right here in Orlando is going to be the quarterback of the XFL team, the Orlando Guardians? He was drafted yesterday.
All right, so Mike Bianchi, he's the host of Open Mic over on FM 96.9 The Game, if you want to talk XFL.
Did you have an XFL fantasy draft, Bulldog?
I did not have an XFL fantasy draft.
You had a column coming in the Sentinel as well? Just ask. These are questions I probe and ask.
Actually, DeAndre Francois is a good story. Florida State. He was at Florida State. He followed Jameis Winston. He was going to be the next great quarterback at Florida State. He ran into a bunch of problems, including some criminal issues, got kicked off the team. And this is, now he's sort of trying to make a comeback in the XFL, which is what the league is for, guys to get a second chance. So DeAndre Francois, who went to Olympia High School, this is his second chance in football.
Mike Bianchi, give us that big old Bulldog bark to close out the sports page here on JRR.
Oh!
Miss the Lynch and Taco Show this morning?
Check out the daily podcast anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
Download it for free at WJRR.